guys. Oh, a little tongue glare in the car. Hold on one second. Oh, that's better. Okay, let's turn on the chat. Sorry guys, I'm a mess. Okay, chat's on. Hi everybody. I don't know if you guys can hear my air conditioning, so I need you guys to hop on and then tell me if you can hear me with the air conditioning, if I need to shut it off. Hey Christina, can you hear me okay over the air conditioning, or do you need me to shut it off? Hey love. Hey, it's hard for me to see with the sun glare. Hey Sarah. Thank you so much. Okay, so oh, it's moving so fast. Hey Karen. Hey Raven. Hey Melinda. Hey Laura. Hey Dawn. Can't see who that is. Oh, hey Kat. Yeah, you made it. Hey Mallory. Hey Amanda. Oh, it's so hard to see, guys. I'm sorry. Hey Angie. You can hear. Thank you. So I am a hot mess. I had the hardest workout, and then I had to go home to grab my iPad. But I literally went in and out of the house because I had to get to Target because your girl ran out of deodorant, and that's an issue. And the only place that carries the kind that I use is Target. I've already showed you guys. And then full disclosure, I bought a shirt off the clearance rack because I was so sweaty and disgusting. And we did cleans at the gym. So like you pull the bar up and it lands like this. And I had dirt all over here from the bar. And I just thought it was so foul and sweaty and gross to go live on a video like that. So yeah, brand new shirt, clearance rack. And then I'm just waiting for people to hop on before we get into this video. But have you guys ever had this brand of trail mix from Target, Archer Farms? Game changer, crack. It is. My sisters and I take bets because sometimes we will finish that bag of trail mix before we're out of the parking lot of Target, not gonna lie. It's crack. If you guys have had it, let me know in the comments. So anyway, I have 3 things I want to talk to you guys about. So good, right, Dawn? I know. Hey, Brian. You guys, I did an awesome interview with Brian last night, who just commented. So make sure you go over and subscribe to his channel. He is a wealth of knowledge as far as prison stuff. He's some really cool stories, and not just prison stuff. He does like business stuff and car stuff and really cool information. So go over and follow Brian. I'm going to post his video probably next week. Very intriguing information. So anyway, okay, so 3 things I want to talk to you guys about today and update you guys on. Number 1, there was a big high profile case already subscribed. That's awesome. How do you deal with having your fiance call you and get approved and get a letter from him saying you got to prove? Okay, let's back to that because I don't quite understand it. We'll get back to that in the end. Sorry guys, I don't know if the sun glare is real. Ugh. Okay. So first of all, there was a Clemency today. Second of all, there was a high profile case I wanted to tell you guys about. And then third of all, is that a thing? Third, I want to talk to you guys about celebrities. There was an article that came out about Michael Cohen, I can't speak, Mike the Situation, and then the guy, I can never remember his name, from Fry Fest, I think that's what it's called, Firefest, whatever that was called, all doing time, and how it's cushy for them and blah blah blah. So I want to talk through that because it came up on the Invisible Shackles on Facebook yesterday, and I got Adam involved and he sent me his reply, so I'm going to read that to you. So let's start with the high profile case. There was this YouTuber who's a famous YouTuber named Austin Jones, who was recently accused of, let me just read the article because I rewrote it so I can watch how I say this on YouTube so I don't get demonetized. But he was sentenced on Friday, what was that, May 3rd, to 10 years for child. Sorry guys, I'm trying just not to, trigger the algorithm to take ads off of my videos. But Austin Jones, the former YouTube musician, convicted of coercing 6 underage fans to send him explicit videos, was sentenced on Friday to 10 years behind bars. Jones' 10-year sentence is double the mandatory minimum term of 5 years, which is what his lawyer had requested. In their argument, they noted that Jones himself was a victim of abuse at the hands of his now deceased father, who, as a child. Jones' lawyer said that the damage Jones' father did to his son just radiated throughout this entire case. When Judge John Lee apologized to Jones for the trauma he suffered, per the Tribune, where this article was written, he also said that given Jones's history, he should have known the pain that he was passing on to others. Agreed. Jones also tried saying that he has written songs over the past 2 years to help him cope with the trauma caused by his actions. To the victims of my actions, I want to say so deeply sorry. All you ever did was support me and I exploited that support. I was so selfish. So Jones was first arrested for this in June 2017 and then pleaded guilty in February. Initially, well, I don't have to talk about that part. I got this off of a YouTube newsletter, so that's why it's like the YouTube part of it, but that doesn't really matter. They were talking about how they were going to delete his channel on YouTube after his plea. And then eventually it said the video giant, I guess this guy ultimately reversed course. Who knows? No further commentary. I just wanted to pass that along because I thought it was interesting. I'm just moving right along. So the next one let's talk about is a clemency that happened today, last night, I don't know, the article came through today. President Trump has granted a full pardon to former attorney First Lieutenant Michael Behenna, I think you say his name, Behenna, who was convicted by military court in 2009 for killing an Iraqi prisoner suspect of being part of Al-Qaeda. Behenna was initially sentenced to 25 years. He was released on parole in 2014. The White House statement about his pardon added, further, while serving his sentence, Mr. Behenna was a model prisoner. In light of these facts, Mr. Behenna is entirely deserving of this grant of executive clemency. So here's my commentary on that. Throughout the day, I've heard mixed responses from all different kinds of people and their reviews of this. And I'd like to state my opinion loud and clear. Please keep the clemencies coming for deserving model inmates, Mr. President. And that's all I've got to say about that. We're going to keep this rolling, keep moving right along. So let's talk about what I really wanted to come in and talk about on this video, which is how celebrities are treated on the inside. So yesterday, one of our Invisible Shackles members on Strong Prison Wives and Families, Invisible Shackles is our private group, just for people who want to be involved in the support group on Facebook, but they don't want their name out there, maybe employees or disapproving family members, or they just don't want their business out there, so they don't want to post on our main page, Strong Prison Wives and Families on Facebook, because they're afraid of backlash, friends of friends seeing, and you guys know how that Facebook drama goes. So we created, because you guys asked me for years to make the Strong Prison Wives and Family page private, and unfortunately that page is just so old. We created it in 2011, so it just doesn't have the functionality to do that. So a couple years ago, finally, I listened and we created this group. And I don't think there's a description box right now while I'm live, but in the description box of all my videos, and that'll be there after this is on the replay, after this is over, I always have a link to all of our Strong Prison Wives and Families social media and everything. So look, if you're not a part of it and you want to join, look out for it there. Just a word of caution, you have to answer a few questions in order to be approved on that page. We do that to kind of vet who's coming through. Unless you have a loved one who's incarcerated, we don't typically allow people on there. You can, let's say like people who want to write articles or people that we approve to do that kind of stuff, they can have access to the main page. We don't like to give them access to our private page just because it's people share really deep private stuff. So we just want to make sure that you have a loved one who's incarcerated and a couple of other things. So if people have been saying I haven't been approved, it's probably because you just haven't answered every single one, only 3, every single one of those questions. So next up, on that page yesterday, somebody had posted this article and it was titled, Michael Cohen set to share prison with The Situation, Mike Sorrentino, and Billy McFarland, this was posted on May 3rd in the New York Times. And it said, on Monday, former President Trump fixer Michael Cohen checks into the federal prison in Otisville, New York, where he can enjoy ball and tennis with fellow inmates. The Situation and Fire Festival fraudster Billy McFarland and former state Senate leader Dean Scalos, guys, I suck at names, I'm sorry. Cohen, 53, will step inside the medium security federal correctional facility, Otisville, in the Catskills, about 70 miles from Manhattan, to begin a 3-year sentence for tax evasion, lying to Congress, and campaign finance. He'll sleep in a bunk bed inside a barracks-like hall holding about 115 other inmates, the Associated Press reported. He'll be assigned a locker for his personal belongings and will have access to washers and dryers, a microwave, and an ice machine. Amenities include tennis courts, horseshoes, and cardio equipment. I'm laughing because this sounds like a freaking ad for a hotel. Okay. About half the beds go to Jews who, like Cohen, require kosher food and Shabbat services. It's no wonder Bernie Madoff asked unsuccessfully to be placed there. That Forbes once ranked Otisville as one of America's 10 cushiest prisons. Ugh. The person who posted this said, so the person who posted this article said, must be nice, ... So my reply on the Invisible Shackles Facebook page to this article when she posted and said, must be nice, was, don't let this fool you. Article written in a manner to stir emotion of the reader. Yeah, this might be one of the better federal institutions, but that doesn't mean it's anywhere near cushy. The sad part about it is what makes it say it's cushy is probably because it's ran the way it's intended to run, or closer than the other places that are so corrupt and run in a manner where they torture inmates. Prison should never be cushy or even overly comfortable per se, but this is the opposite extreme we perform, and the public doesn't have the slightest clue. So then the question came up, if they do in fact treat celebrities and high profile people differently while they're on the inside. And I said that I would email my husband Adam and I would ask him, and then I had a conversation with a dear friend who I've known for a few months, whose husband is a celebrity, and she does visit him in prison. So she gave me her opinion, and like I said in my video about go to visit with reality star, I am not going to say who this person is. I'm not going to say what type of a celebrity, if he's an actor, if he's a reality star, if he is a musician, if he's a social influencer, sports, I don't know. If he's whatever, here comes the answer. So let's read Adam's first, and then we'll talk through it. Adam said, hey, beautiful. He said, just wanted to quickly reply to the Otisville commentary and questions. It's been all over the news. So I didn't even send him this article, and he knew it was up. Are you guys still there? Okay, good. First, I just checked the population report I get each week from one of the legal info sources, and there are only 113 men in Otisville camp. The fact that Otisville medium security is right next door with 745 men does not mean a thing. Two alternative universes, level apart security-wise, but two levels. Because remember, you probably don't know this. It goes USP, which is the highest level. Then, there's Supermax, but then USP, and then this is federal, you guys. Then there's medium, and then I believe there's like a low medium, and then there might even be like one in between. But basically, it's USP, medium, low, and then camp. So they were trying to say that he was going from medium to camp. It's not like that. It's two security levels apart. Anyone currently in a medium security facility would first have to move down to a low security facility where there is still multiple fences around the perimeter and spend at least 18 months incident free before moving down another level to a camp. And even then, only if they also have less than 10 years remaining on their sentence. This whole myth of Club Fed should have died decades ago, because no matter what level security facility a person is housed in, that person is at the mercy of the BOP and their staff. Anyone who has simply visited someone in a federal facility can tell you that the guards have the last and only say regarding not only the inmate can do, but also what the visitors can do while on their property. Amen to that. When it comes to high-profile people in prison, both celebrities and criminals, they are treated differently. Some of that is warranted, and some of it is not. For example, by policy, Bernie Madoff should have been placed in USP, high security, but they instead put him in Butner medium medical. Too many people, organizations, and trying to save my butt, would have tried to extort him in the moment he walked into the USP, into the high security institution. And that would have eventually resulted in bad press for the BOP, which is the Bureau of Prisons. He has no idea how truly fortunate he was to be given that special treatment. I've also seen plenty of instances where officers and other staff members give celebrities or notorious criminals an additional level of respect and preferential treatment regarding cell assignments, jobs, extra food in the dining hall, or special items in the commissary. Sometimes it's humorous, and other times it's just annoying and frustrating when it impacts whatever it is you're doing. But just to be crystal clear, guys, listen up. Just to be crystal clear, what we're talking about is really very minor in the whole scheme of things, and none of it makes prison any more comfy. Let me read that sentence one more time. To be clear, just to be crystal clear, what we're talking about is really very minor in the whole scheme of things. How do you say that? It reminds me of that Jerry flavor sweaty balls. None of it makes prison any more comfy. Two things that come to mind. First, the mattresses we all sleep on are only a few inches thick by 24 inches wide, placed on top of a solid steel bunk, and it's not memory foam. Okay, let me interrupt myself really quick. Adam never complains. This is not him complaining. Adam is very passionate about making us aware of this kind of stuff because public perception is just so off. So just to let you know, normally if things are really bad there, and I hear from my girlfriends who I know through Visit, we all have a chat thread together to keep each other informed if there's a lockdown or if we're going to visit and something happens. And I will have to find out from them when things are really bad, and then I have to ask him, and he'll always spin it and sugarcoat it for me. So this is not, I just want to reiterate, this is not him complaining or playing the victim or anything like that. This is him educating the public, doing what he can to educate the public, because there is such misconception. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure it didn't seem like he was just wow, this is jail, we know, we got it. But that's not what he's doing. Second, there is no privacy ever. You cannot lock your door unless you're in a higher security facility and are locked in a cell with a cellmate. Imagine two people living together in a bathroom, occasionally being locked in there for days or weeks at a time due to some major or even minor disturbance on the compound. In my 23 years of incarceration throughout my multitude of county jails, state prisons, and federal facilities, I have never felt comfortable in any of those places. And one more important fact the general public needs to know. Taxpayers do not pay for any of the following items federal prisoners receive: cable TV, movies, emails, phone calls, monthly inmate pay, also known as IPP, or inmate performance pay. We pay ourselves, aka we help pay. We being outside. The outside supporters. Recreation equipment, basketballs, basketball rims, basketball nets, basketball videos, every other ball, treadmills, ellipticals, pull-up bars, sit-up benches, assault bikes, spin bikes, yoga mats, ab wheels, etc. All of these items are paid for by the Inmate Trust Fund. The ITF is funded, the Inmate Trust Fund is funded by a 30% markup on all inmate commissary purchases. Who pays for that, guys? Who pays for that? Not taxpayers, like they like to say all the time. I'm gonna go to prison, get 3 hots and a cot. No, not true. Okay. The inmates and their families' friends are the ones funding most of the BOP. The rest of these items are purchased at the inmate commissary. Gray clothes, including socks, underwear, t-shirts, shorts, sweats, and sneakers, personal cosmetics, personal books. So that's, he ran out of time. He had to send that email really quick, but that's his reply to that. Like, yes, there are some things that celebrities and high profile inmates do get preferential treatment on, but he's like, it's not really that big of a deal. It's nothing that's going to make or break a prisoner. At best, it's just deserved, and at worst, it's a little annoying because they get in your way. So here is, oh, I see all those thumbs up. Thanks, guys. Keep liking it, because that shows YouTube that they should share this content with other people, and that's what I'm trying to do, is support you guys and raise public awareness. Okay, so I had a conversation. I sent this to my girlfriend whose husband is a celebrity and inside of prison. And she was like, spot on, that's true. Now, let me tell you something about them. Let me tell you about having somebody who is a celebrity in prison. Your privacy is on the line at all times, okay? So there is so much fear associated with how they're going to treat you as the visitor, with what they're going to do when you get there, if they're going to try to exploit you, anything like that. So any of that preferential treatment, is it even worth it it if you can't talk to each other, if you can't really communicate, if visits are made out to be really painful and difficult, if you're allowed in. And I'm not saying that's her case. This is the stuff that we were talking back and forth through. So, and I know for a lot of the people on the inside, they would rather make sure that their family is safe and sound and happy versus getting special treatment. So think about that. Yeah, we could all sit here and get pissed off that they're getting special treatment and blah, 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 but how much of that is actually true? And how much of that is the media spinning their story to make everything look so cushy and comfortable, and it's a cakewalk and it's club fed and et cetera, and it's not. So I was reading most of that. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. I would love for you guys to comment. I didn't see any comments. So if somebody comments, then I can get back into them and I can scroll up and I can answer your questions. Let me know what you thought. If you want more videos like this, I will absolutely be happy to do it. Whatever you guys want. I love that there's 40 people here. We're growing, you guys. This is amazing. So if you are new here and you're not subscribed, welcome to our channel. I would love for you to hit subscribe so you never miss future content. Also, they're still going through the same stuff emotionally. Yes, missing their families, worrying, loneliness, etc. They have wives that probably cry themselves to sleep too. Absolutely right, Rebecca. Ray said, I've a hard time with white collar criminals. They are thieves. There are thieves, and I can't believe they don't get special treatment. Ugh. I think it just depends on the case. Okay, so that's something that I did write and I forgot to read. But basically, it's like I was saying about clemency before. So let's tie this all back together, right? People were pissed off that I got clemency, but also people that are fighting for their loved one to get clemency are like, my loved one deserves it more. He didn't deserve it, but you're fighting for clemency. So my rebuttal is, let's celebrate that he's doing clemencies, right? Let's band together as a group of individuals who support one another and celebrate those clemencies. It's kind of the same or a similar situation here where I don't want to pluck out white collar and say all of you guys are this and pluck out, violent offenders, because at the end of the day, it was violent offender. My husband's lumped into that. Nobody was physically hurt. You know what I'm saying? So instead of saying all white collar people are bad because they're thieves, let's say we're all in this together. We're going to support each other. Their loved ones, no matter what they did, are suffering on the outside. I'm going to stay in my lane and I'm going to support my loved one, and I am going to count my own blessings. Does that make sense? Because otherwise we're going to get trapped in, well, my husband's doing 213 years and nobody's, or, my husband, and I've said that to other people, and I've said it to somebody who there was a homicide in the case and it wasn't his fault. I've said it to people who have been charged with that and they're innocent, so let's make sure that we're not ostracizing each other. We gotta, not all white collar criminals are the same, right? So just don't want to fight against one another when a lot of times we're fighting against the world. Okay, so I'm just scrolling up through your comments. How do you deal with getting approved to get phone calls and getting a letter? Because I just got approved and I got a letter and he loves me, so cares about me, and he still wants to talk. Okay, Courtney. So I think you're asking, how do you get approved for phone calls? I don't think you need to get approved for a letter. I could be wrong, but he has to put you, as far as I'm aware, and my experiences with the federal system is that he has to put your phone number on a list, and then that gets approved, and the feds gets approved really quick, and then he should be able to call, and then you on your end have to accept that call by pressing a number. Once the recording goes in, you have to press a number for you to accept that call. We have to press the number 5, and then it connects you guys. Thank you for the privacy. You're welcome, sweetheart. Hey Jen, I got approved to get phone calls from him, but then I got a letter saying he cares about me and still loves me and wants me to still put money on his books. So I'm just trying to figure this out. Did you guys have an issue before? Because I'm not following your question. So did you guys have an issue where you broke up and now he's trying to reach back out to you to get money? Explain a little more. And then if you want, you can email me, strongbusiness@gmail.com, if you don't want to put your business out there publicly. Hey to everybody who hopped on and I didn't say hello to. I always talk a mile a minute. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, especially when I read. It's the jersey, it's the coffee, it's everything. Thank you for that. I should have read the comments. I would have tried to slow down. I don't believe he should have special treatment, but I'm sure there are some... Oh, I don't want to read that out loud. Oh, thanks for about the sunglasses. They're Desi Perkins from, the brand is spelled Q-U-A-Y. I always said Quay, but somebody corrected me and said I said it wrong. I just don't remember how to say it, but it's Q-U-A-Y, and it's the Desi Perkins Rose Gold. If you show any depression or sadness, you might go into the shoe on blank watch. My LO says there is no privacy anywhere in order to process his feelings. Absolutely, Lisa, that is so on point. I just have a hard time with white collar. Oh, read that one. Also, yep, read that one. Lisa, you're right. I can't read that out loud, but you're right. There are a lot of people that get special treatment because of their relationship, we'll say, with the guards. And I don't mean in any way physical. She said something different that I just have to struggle with public watching closely. RC, that is on point, and that's something that my friend also said. Not all white collar criminals are rich. Lisa, good point. Brian said, thanks for keeping it real, Ro. Of course, always. You guys can always count on me for keeping it real. Jennifer agreed. I support the loved ones on the outside, but right, but what? And I'm sorry, I hope this doesn't come across as me attacking. I'm just giving you my opinion, but we could all give different opinions and still love, just the same. This brings up discussion regarding the perks the prisoners have. Like a friend of mine yesterday rakes me over about my husband having email and ability to download music. Oh, that is so true. Okay, so who is that? Allie is saying is that, so for example, my husband's in federal prison. He gets core links, he gets email. It's amazing. Your husband might be in the state and you only get letters, okay? Other people in feds, a lot of women's facilities, video visits. I don't have video visits. So what she's saying is stay in your lane, be grateful for what you do have, and don't hate on people because, oh, they have privileges, they have video visits, they have email. It's wonderful. I would never, ever say that I'm anything but grateful for having email, but I will also not hate on one of my besties, Ray, for having video visits. I'm like, girl, go enjoy your video visit. I don't get them. That's just, I gotta stay in my lane. I'm not jealous. I am supporting her and loving her. So I think that's what Allie's saying is that there are different perks at different places, but we kind of have to just make sure we support each other and don't hate on each other for having different things. Like, oh, I have it so much worse. We didn't break up. We've been together for almost 8 years, but it's just because I'm the victim in the case and they approved me to get, okay, let's take it offline because I don't want anyone to, hey, is that my shirt? Give it back. You have this shirt. I just said when I started this video, I ran into Target after the gym and I literally bought a shirt because I was at the gym and I was so sweaty and we were doing these cleans where the bar hits you like right here and I had dirt all over myself and I was so sweaty and gross. So I just changed in the car. Isn't that funny? But I'll send it back, Jen, no problem. You had good taste, wink. I wouldn't trade places with the high profile wives. Have your business all over the news. Yes, and tabloids. At least I can go to the store without feeling eyes on me. Rebecca, I agree with that 100%. It's scary. It's scary for those poor women. And it's been 10 months and I'm trying to figure out everything. We've never broke up, but we're still engaged. And it's just a lot because I'm the victim in the case. Yeah, let's talk about that offline. Be grateful for what we get. Yes. When do I see Adam? Hopefully this weekend. And I'm so excited to tell him about our video, Jess. If you guys aren't following Jessica Kent, I'm sure you all are by now, but go follow her. She has the best prison stories. And the best, Jess, are you 30? You're 30 or 31, right? She has lived like 10 lives. I look. She posts because, oops, I guess I've been on for so long that, whoops. I had my phone on Do Not Disturb and I think I've been on so long that it went off. But anyway, she has lived like 9 lives. It's amazing, but go follow her. I'm so just happy that I got a hold of him because the victim, okay, we're going to talk about it later. Yeah, let's talk about that later. Thank you. I will have a good visit. Just awesome. Congratulations on your success. Sending love. Yes. Okay. So if nobody has anything else, we're going to go. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude to say, let's take this offline, but I'm trying to protect you. We're going to take it offline because you don't want to put that type of business out publicly, So I think that's it, you guys. I will be back. I have a video tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow is going to be, I don't know. Tell Adam I said love you. I sure will, Kayla. I told him about your husband. Tell Adam, Ray, and Cassie sends him love. Of course I will. You missed the live. That's okay. Go watch it on the replay. So tomorrow I have, do you guys remember that you met Don? He was 3 or 4 days out of prison in early April, maybe late March, but I think it was early April. He came back like 3 weeks into being released, and he's had some emotions, and he's had a little struggle, and it was a little bit more difficult than he expected. So we did a follow-up interview. We're probably going to do them every few months and every few weeks, depending on what his schedule is like and how emotions go. So that's post tomorrow. Really good interview. Have a good visit, hun. I'm finally going to visit this weekend. Yay! Last one was in December. Oh my God, girl. I look good as AF. That's hysterical. I'm just fresh out of the gym, but thank you. Okay, guys. What is this? You deleted message. Oh, thanks, Angie. Love you. Okay, so you guys keep staying strong, keep loving strong, keep supporting one another through this journey, because you're one day closer to it all being behind you. Lots of love from my heart to yours. I will see you beautiful ladies and gentlemen